Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Friday of racing here at Tampa Bay Downs. Today's first post is coming up in 35 minutes. We'll have scratches and changes in a few moments. But first, we ask you to please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And thank you, everyone. Once again, a pleasant good morning to you all. Welcome to day number 69 of our season here at Tampa Bay Downs, a Friday of live racing set to get underway in just 34 minutes. The main track is fast. The turf is firm. The rail's down at 0 feet for the weekend. Of course, Florida Cup Day looming in just a couple days. We'll talk about that a bit later. But we do want you to open up your programs because we have today's overweights, scratches, and changes. Starting at today's first race, race 1 kicks off our early pick 5. A jockey overweight on the number 1, Vino Veloce, plus 2 pounds. Plus 2 on the number 1, Vino Veloce in today's first. Race 2, named in memory of Marky Mark. Number 2, Wonderful Venezuela is 2 pounds over. Plus 2 on the number 2, Wonderful Venezuela in today's second race. Race 2, number 2 is plus 2. Race 3, the happy 80th birthday Jay Hedman purse is clear. No changes in today's third race. No changes in race 3. Today's fourth race starts the Ultimate 6, and it is clear. No changes in today's fourth race. Race 4 is clear. No changes in race number 4. Race number 5 starts our late pick 5. Jockey overweight number 3, Whispering Sea, is 2 pounds over, plus 2 on the number 3, Whispering Sea. Scratch number 6, Spring Spinning. Number 6, Spring Spinning is scratched. Scratch number 6, Spring Spinning out of today's 5th. Number 9, Chilling Factor, is 1 pound over, plus 1 on the 9. Number 11, Real Mikey, is plus 2 pounds, plus 2 on the 11. Scratch the number 14, Harmonia. Number 14, Harmonia, is scratched out of today's 5th race. Scratch the number 14, Harmonia, out of today's 5th. Do take note that the number 13 does draw in and will run. Number 13, Sadie Baby, does draw in off the also eligible list and will run in today's 5th race. Race number 6. Scratch number 4, Marauder. Number 4, Marauder, is scratched. We also have a jockey overweight. Number 6, Shocking Malice, is 1 pound over, plus 1 on the number 6, Shocking Malice. Again, number 6, Shocking Malice, is plus 1 pound. Also take note for the number 2, For the Long Haul. The last workout was from the gate. Number 2, For the Long Haul, the last workout was from the gate in race 6. Race number 7, a jockey change on the number 1, Benvolio. Make the rider Gabriel Maldonado. Gabriel Maldonado rides the number 1, Benvolio, in today's 7th race. Race 7, number 1, make the rider Gabriel Maldonado. Race 8 is clear. No changes in today's 8th race. No changes. Race 8. Our 9th and final race, number 5, Night Ride, has a jockey change. Make the rider Gabriel Maldonado. Gabriel Maldonado rides the number 5, Night Ride, in today's 9th. Number 6, Why Not Me, is plus 2 pounds, plus 2 on the 6. And number 7, Gold Templar, is plus 4 pounds, plus 4 on the 7 in today's ninth and final. Those are your updated overweight scratches and changes. Today's first post here at Tampa Bay Downs coming up in 30 minutes. Again, a reminder, the main track fast, the turf firm. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Florida as we get set for this Friday card. Our track handicapper, Ren Carruthers, will be coming up in about 10 minutes' time. Ren will have analysis and selections for all 9 of today's races. Reminder that Sunday is Florida Cup Day. We have a special early first post of 12 o'clock noon. It'll be an 11-race card on Sunday, including 6 stakes races for the Florida Breds. Also, a all-stakes late pick 5. We'll have a special 3-pick 5 card, 11 races and an all-stakes late pick 5, all starting at 12 noon on Sunday, Florida Cup Day, just 2 days away. But first up is a Friday. We wish you the best of luck today with all of your wagers here at beautiful Tampa Bay Downs.
Well, happy Friday, everybody. Ren Carruthers here. We've got 9 races on today's program. Race 1's going to kick off that early pick 5, and it's with an 8-claimer for fillies and mares 4 years old and up, which have never won 3 races. They'll be going 8.5 furlongs on the main track. The number 1, Vino Veloce, making the move to this win condition 8, following a well-beaten finish, going the distance in against an open 62.50 field. Start before that, she was beaten despite being in at this level, but that was going just 7 furlongs. And start before that, she was drawn widest of all in a mile 16 and 3X on the turf. But if you get back of that start, she had 5 really good outings here at the mile 40 distance. I know she was well beaten in the first, but that was an off the layoff main special weight. Then she won a main 10 with ease, an 8 N2L by open lengths, then got beat just a length and 3/4 at this level with the track listed as good. And then last out, she was the speed in against the boys and at the level. Still dug in to hold the show dough that afternoon. Runner-up was Indulge, and he next won. He put up a 71 buyer figure doing it. So in short, back in an 8 N3L, fast ground, 2 turns against the gals, I think Vino Veloce gets it done. The number 4, One Violent Affair. Well, this one's in for Kathleen O'Connell and off a solid runner-up performance at the level and distance. She was in there off a 4 1/4 length score over an 8 N2L field, and she'd been due a win as she'd had excuses the 2 starts prior to that. And then I'm going to complete the top 3 at the number 5. That is Thank the Academy. She was also in that January 5th start. She ran 3rd that afternoon, and that was off a runner-up finish to Vino Veloce. She's in today having just run on the 21st. She finished 4th, beating 2 1/4 at the level, going just 6.5 furlongs. She was the post-time favorite. I think she's better with more ground, so let's see if she's ready to roll back on the wheel around, and that'll be 1, 4, 5 in race 1 to start the day and the early pick 5.
The horses onto the track post sprinting for today's first race. We kick off the early pick 5 here. 28,000 plus in the pool already. A field of 6 set to go a mile and a 16th here. It's an $8,000 claiming event for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward. They'll be at a mile and a 16th on that fast main track. No scratches or jockey changes. Number 1, Vino Veloce is 2 pounds over, plus 2 on the 1. Race 1 offers daily double exacta, trifecta, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering. We also start that early pick 5. Post time for the first in 6 minutes. Two minutes to post time. Today's first race ready to kick off a Friday card in just 2 minutes. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Today's first race, just 1 minute away. The horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up now for today's opener. First of 9 here on a Friday as we kick off day 69 of the season. Field of 6 here in the opener to go a mile and a 16th. Your 6-5 favorite, number 4, One Violent Affair. Vino Veloce going to be the first to go in. As we kick off Florida Cup weekend. Don't forget Sunday, Florida Cup Day, 11 races. First post at 12 noon. We'll have 3 pick 5s on the card, including an all-stakes late pick 5. Should be a great afternoon on Sunday for Florida Cup. Here's Polo of Trouble moving in. One Violent Affair, the favorite to gate 4. 7-5. 2-1 second choice. Thank the Academy is going to be second last to move forward. And we'll just await Heartburn. Actually, looks like Heartburn's going to load first. And then Thank the Academy. Nope, they faked us out. It's going to be Thank the Academy. And then Heartburn to complete the line. Ready to kick off a Friday. Ready to kick off day 69 of the season. We are fast on the main track. Firm on the turf course, and we're racing under sunny, beautiful Florida skies for this Friday afternoon here at Tampa Bay Downs. They are in the gate. And the race is on. One Violent Affair got away in good order. Heartburn from the outside and Laughing to the Bank. Those three are quickest. It's going to be Heartburn and One Violent Affair. They're going to go on with it. Laughing to the Bank. Ronnie Al Jr. going to sit back in third. Length and a half more back to Pole of Trouble. Vino Veloce there, fourth and fifth as they run into that first turn. And Thank the Academy. After a little bit of a tardy beginning, he is at the back. As they have just over 6.5 furlongs remaining, One Violent Affair, Heartburn. These two continue heads apart on the front end. They have 2.5 in front of Laughing to the Bank, who sits back third. Vino Veloce is a little closer now, fourth within 3 of the lead. To break of 3 more back to Pole of Trouble. Thank the Academy at the back, 24.52 seconds for the opening quarter mile. So they start their backstretch journey here in the opener at Tampa Bay Downs, and it's One Violent Affair. And Cecily Evans just a neck in front of Heartburn on the outside. It's a break for length and a half to Vino Veloce, who's advanced up to third. Laughing to the Bank is now back a spot fourth, but still just 2.5 behind. It's 2.5 more then back to Thank the Academy. And Pole of Trouble's the trailer, but they're now just 7 lengths front to back. They take closer order as they run to the far turn. 48.52 seconds for that opening half-mile time. One Violent Affair. Heartburn coming under pressure. Laughing to the Bank stays toward the inside. Vino Veloce out wide as One Violent Affair tries to kick away. One Violent Affair coming to the 5/16 pole. The lead's about 3. Laughing to the Bank emerges from out of the pack to chase from second. Then comes Thank the Academy, who's up to third, trying to run on Pole of Trouble from the back. But One Violent Affair is kicked away. One Violent Affair to the top of the lane, 3.5 or 4 in front of Laughing to the Bank, who switches to the outside. Thank the Academy is third, about 5.5 off this leader as they have a final furlong to go. One Violent Affair still clear, coming to the 16th pole. The lead still 4. Thank the Academy, Laughing to the Bank, they're second and third. One Violent Affair with 50 more yards to go. One Violent Affair is 6-5, going to win the opener as the favorite. Won it by 4.5 in the end. Thank the Academy was second, Laughing to the Bank third, Pole of Trouble fourth. 4, 5, 2, 3, and 1. 4, 5, 2, 3, and 1, the unofficial order. 146.34 the final time. As One Violent Affair, winner of the opener here. One Violent Affair, your first race winner, a 5-year-old chestnut mare by Violence out of Orient Harbor, was bred in Kentucky by Timbertown Stable. Dennis Holman and Kathleen O'Connell Racing Stables, the winning owner. Kathleen O'Connell, the winning trainer. Cecily Evans on board for the winning ride. Results are official. One Violent Affair returns 440 for the win. Four five exacta 660, the trifecta 960, the dime super $3.86. Today's second race, named in memory of Marky Mark. Cheers to one last run in the sun. An $8,000 claiming event, fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. They'll be at a mile and 16th once again, so we'll be at that same starting point. Number 2, Wonderful Venezuela's 2 pounds over, plus 2 on the 2. Race 2 starts the early pick 4. Post time is 22 minutes away. Fans, don't forget, if you're joining us on track, be sure to head to the Tampa Bay Downs gift shop, which is located on the first floor. Lots of great Tampa Bay Downs logoed merchandise, gifts, apparel, and more. Tampa Bay Downs gift shop, located on first floor near the main entrance.
Race 2 is going to kick off our early pick four. It's an 8-claimer for fillies and mares 4 years old and up, which have never won 2 races. They're going to be going 8.5 furlongs on the main track, and the number 1, Utopia Rose. She looks like she's poised to justify that morning line favoritism. She's going blinkers back on while dropping in after 3 tries here at the 16 N2L level. The last one on the turf where she didn't break with good balance, and then she nearly got put into the rail and over heading into that first turn. So I would just draw a line through that race. She'd put in 2 solid performances on our dirt prior to that. She got the Shodo going 7 furlongs in the first outing here, and then she was 4th in start 2 going 2 turns, but she had significant traffic troubles that day and ground loss. You got Sammy Marin aboard for Chelsea Moisey. The number 5 is in for Yanni Orantes, and this girl is also dropping in class after several starts against 16 N2Ls on the turf. She also had a lackluster outing and an off-the-turf start 2 back, but that was also a 25 N2L. So if you take it back to her dirt starts at this condition, she's been game. She ran second in 2 of the 3, so I'm going to use her. And then I'm going to complete the top 3 at the number 3, Repaint for Brian Lusk. This girl's had 2 starts here this meet. She's managed to get the Shodo in both of them. She was able to finish within 3 3/4 lengths of the winner in that February 16th start, in which Utopia Rose had finished 4th after her troubled trip. Again, that was at the 16 N2L level. In start 2, dropped in for 8, and with Gill aboard, Repaint shortened the margin of defeat a bit. She was 3.5 back. She did not get away from the gate well that afternoon. She hooked herself on the left side, exiting it, which led to the jock bobbling sideways in the saddle before being able to regroup. So she had to rate while also carrying 124 on top of it, and she's assigned 118 for today's contest. So now, staying 2 turns at the 8N2L level with a bit of a lighter load, I'm thinking that she at least gets the Shodo again. So I'm going to go 153 in race 2, which again kicks off the early pick 4.
The horses onto the track post spreading for today's second race, an $8,000 claiming event for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward. They'll be at a mile and a 16th on this fast main track. Field of 7 set to go. Number 2, Wonderful Venezuela's 2 pounds over. This race named in memory of Marky Mark. Cheers to one last run in the sun. Race 2 offers daily double, exacta, trifecta, superfecta, pick 3, super high 5, and we start that early pick 4. Post time for the second in just 5 minutes. Today's second race, the early pick 4. They're 2 minutes away, 2 minutes to post time. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Today's second race, named in memory of Marky Mark, in just 1 minute. And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up for today's second race. This race named in memory of Marky Mark. Cheers to one last run in the sun. Field of 7 set to go a mile and a 16th here on the fast main track. Your 8-5 favorite Utopia Rose going to be the first to move forward. Here's Wonderful Venezuela going in. Repaint the gray to gate 3 right now at 5-2, your second choice. Maya C, Sarah Hess moving forward. Here's Shamu and Sunny Leone. Waiting for the two outside runners, Mia's Angel and Pesidia Chanel will be all set for a start. Today's second, the early pick 4 getting underway here. Pesidia Chanel, Gabriel Maldonado to the outside for trainer Tony Wilson. Goes in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. Utopia Rose hopped just a touch at the start. Pesidia Chanel from the outside set for speed and goes right to the front at once. So Utopia Rose after the slow beginning now up to a clear second as Maya C, Repaint, Wonderful Venezuela. They're right together, third, fourth, and fifth. Mia's Angel in behind them in the green color, 6. Shamu's the early trailer as they run out of the straight and into that first turn. And Pesidia Chanel able to cross over to the inside, leads it by 2. To Utopia Rose in second. A length and a half more to Maya C, who now merges up to third. A length more back to the gray Repaint, who's fourth and about 5.5, 6 off the lead. After that, Wonderful Venezuela, who just had to tap on the brakes, is being passed by Shamu and Mia's Angel. Wonderful Venezuela with a little bit of traffic trouble there. 24.57 seconds for the opening quarter mile. They start their backstretch journey with just over 4.5 furlongs remaining. Pesidia Chanel in front, still that 2-length margin. Utopia Rose stocks that one as the favorite from second. It's 3.5 more back to Repaint, Maya C, Shamu joining them in that third flight. Another 3 then back to Mia's Angel, and your trailer is still Wonderful Venezuela. 48-3, the opening half-mile time. Long shot Pesidia Chanel, the lead shrinking. It's down to a length now as Utopia Rose gets closer on the outside. Pesidia Chanel now just a half length in front of Utopia Rose. 3 more back to Shamu, another 3 to Maya C, who's trying to run on. Repaint has sputtered back to fifth, is about 10 lengths behind as Utopia Rose makes a move for the lead. Utopia Rose goes to the front, a length and a half clear now of Pesidia Chanel, who battles on to the inside. Shamu looms up from third on the outside. It's 5 more to Maya C and Wonderful Venezuela. Utopia Rose and Samuel Marin past the 8th pole. Shamu ranging up on the outside, and Shamu means business here. Utopia Rose still narrowly in front. Shamu on the outside with 100 yards to press by. Utopia Rose, Shamu on the outside. Utopia Rose narrowly in front. Utopia Rose holds on. Shamu was second. Wonderful Venezuela third. Fourth was Maya C. 1, 5, 2, 4, and 7. Final time 146.74 seconds. Utopia Rose, your 8 to 5 favorite victorious. Results are official. Utopia Rose returns 540 for the win. She's a 4-year-old Gray Road filly by Outwork out of Paradise Bound. Was bred in Kentucky by Dr. Rod Orr. Akamai Stables, the winning owner. Chelsea Moisey, the winning trainer. Samuel Morin aboard for the winning score. It's Utopia Rose, your favorite victorious here in today's second. One five exact to 15.10. The trifecta 31.80. The dime super $28.12. Daily double 680. The high five $758.70. Today's third race, the happy 80th birthday Jay Hedman purse. No scratches or changes. It's 28 minutes away at 1:36 p.m. Race 3 will start that middle pick 4. Post time at 28 minutes. Coming up in the winner's circle, we will have our featured group for today's second race. Race 2 named in memory of Marky Mark. Cheers to one last run in the sun. We now welcome in friends and family of Marky Mark as they pose with the winning connections. Our featured group here for this second race. A warm welcome to Tampa Bay Downs. Again, race 2 named in memory of Marky Mark. Cheers to one last run in the sun. Race 3 coming up in 27 minutes.
Race 3 is going to start our next pick 4, and it is a 20 claimer for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. They're going to be going 6 furlongs on the main track. The number 6, Snow Name, in here for Kevin Rice, making a pretty hefty class drop here today. Going to ignore the last start. That was an optional 32 N2X going 5 furlongs on the grass, in which he had a bad start. The opening salvo was in 20-4, the half in 43-3. Start before that, he did show some speed, but he was in against the likes of Silver Slugger in an optional 16 N1X, and Silver Slugger, he won again out of there. Start before that, that was another optional 16 N1X for Snow Name, and again, he flashed speed before getting put away. Race before that, that was encouraging in terms of how he might fare today. That was a 25 N2L, and yeah, he finished 4th, but that was a first start off a really long layoff. He got the initial lead, and then he rated back. And Guayo and another horse, they went to the front and dueled. Now, Snow Name then made a bit of a wide bid into the turn, but Guayo, he veered right, which then caused this chain reaction, knocking all these horses that were to the outside of him, including Snow Name, sideways. Guayo ended up crossing the wire first, but was, of course, disqualified. Now, he is in post 4 today. He looks legit in here as well. He ran in the same February 9th as Snow Name in the next start. He, too, was outmatched against those optional 16s. And then they dropped back in for 25, and he ran a solid 3rd, beating just 2, going 6.5. So, yes, he's well meant here, too. You got Marin staying aboard. And then I'm going to complete the top 3 at the number 1. This will be a first outing against older, but he's been in some pretty good 20 claimers against 3-year-olds. He's in off a runner-up finish going 6.5, and yes, he was out-finished when in with running Bayou before, but that was his first start here in at 7 furlongs, and he did show some early foot from the far outside post before ultimately finishing 4th. So I'm going to go 6-4-1 in race 3, which again kicks off our next pick 4.
The horses on the track post-sprinting for today's third race, a $20,000 claiming event for 3-year-olds and upward. They'll be at 6 furlongs over the fast main track. Field of 7 set to go. No scratches or jockey changes here in today's third. This is the happy 80th birthday Jay Hedman purse. Race 3 offers win, play, show, daily double, exacta, trifecta, superfecta, and super high 5 wagering. We also start a pick 3. We start that middle pick 4. Post time for today's third in 7 minutes. Five minutes. Fans, just a reminder, coming up on Sunday, it's Florida Cup Day. We'll have an 11-race card getting underway with a special early first post time of 12 o'clock noon. Sunday's card will feature 3 pick 5s, including an all-stakes late pick 5. Make sure to make your plans to join us on Sunday for Florida Cup Day. First early post time at 12 noon on Sunday. Two minutes to post time. Today's third race, the happy 80th birthday Jay Hedman purse in just 2 minutes. The horses are now approaching the starting gate. Today's third race, the happy 80th birthday J. Hedman Purse, in just 1 minute. And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up now for today's third. Race 3, the happy 80th birthday J. Hedman Purse. Field of 7 here at 6 furlongs. Your 9 to 5 post time favorite, number 6, Snow Name. Right there, 2 to 1, number 4, Guayo, and 5 to 2 down on the inside, God With Us. Those three, the top choices. 7 to 1 on the outside runner running by you, your fourth choice. Your Sincerito, 14 to 1 price. Guayo to gate 4. Samuel Marin looks for a race-to-race double. Your Sharp Playboy. Snow Name, Marcos Meneses for the Kevin Rice barn. And we just away running by you, Sammy Camacho for Jan Arnett in the NBS stable, Orange and Black Diamonds. Running by you, coming up to the outside draw. Goes in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. Dunedin Causeway came away a step slow. Snow Name came away a step fast, goes right out to the early advantage. Running by you, God With Us out second and third is Snow Name, racing way out toward the center of the track. Snow Name getting out many, many paths as moving through down toward the inside. God With Us now, Snow Name starting to work back over. In between them comes Running By You in the orange colors, who's racing in third. It's 2 more back to Guayo at fourth. Sharp Playboy is after that. Then comes Sincerito, and it's about 10 or 15 more back to Dunedin Causeway after that slow beginning, who is the distant trailer. 22 seconds, the opening quarter mile, and coming through is God With Us to grab the lead from Snow Name, who continues racing out in the center of the course. Running By You is moving inside of Snow Name now to take over second. Down to the inside, Guayo is fourth. Within range is just 2 off the leader, who's God With Us coming to the quarter pole. It's God With Us to the top of the lane, a 2-length margin. Guayo down to the inside of Running By You. There's second, third. Snow Name's back fourth. Sharp Playboy Sincerito trying to run on. God With Us leads him to the 8th pole. It's Richard Bracho and God With Us a length and a half in front. Guayo switches out for the drive. 2.5, 3 more back to Running By You. A final 16 to go. God With Us still there. Here's Guayo up on the outside. God With Us 3/4 in front. Guayo on the outside. God With Us. Guayo trying to surge. Here's the wire. Photo finish. I think God With Us held on. Guayo was second. There was a long way back to a photo for third. .110.35 the final time. Please hold all tickets. Photo finish. 1, 4, 3, 7, and 5. 1, 4, 3, 7, 5. God with us floated up to 9-2. Your winner. God with us to the winner's circle. 3-year-old Dark Bear Brown Colt by Spun to Run out of Megara was bred in Kentucky by Halcyon Farm. Soto Racing Stable, the winning owners. Rafael Romero, the winning trainer. Richard Bracho aboard for the winning ride. God with us, your 9-2 unofficial winner. Please hold all tickets. Results now official. 11:40 on the win for God with us. Exacta $17.90. The trifecta $55.40. The dime super pays exactly 1 penny less, $55.39. Daily double, a pair of ones, $13.40. Early pick three, $29.90, and that high five, $835 and change. Race 4 is coming up in 25 minutes at 2:10 p.m. No scratches or changes in today's fourth race. We'll start that ultimate $6, $3,127 in the jackpot carryover. Race 4 at a mile and 40 yards coming up in 25 minutes. Coming up in the winner's circle is our presentation for our featured group as we welcome in Jay Edmond, family and friends joining us, celebrating birthday number 80. Happy birthday to Jay from all of us here at Tampa Bay Downs. Race 3, the happy 80th birthday, Jay Edmond purse. There was a claim in today's third race. The winner, number 1, God With Us, was claimed. Goes to USA Thoroughbreds, Cavallino Racing LLC. Kelly Breen, the new trainer.
Race 4 is going to kick off today's Ultimate 6, and it's with the main 16 for 3-year-olds set at 1 mile 40 yards on the main track. There should be just enough in the pedigree for the number 4, Bohemian Style, to get the 2 turns on the drop-in from main special weight competition all the way into this main 16. He's never been 2 turns, but again, the class relief should count for a lot. The 2 starts he's had here came up salty. He finished 3rd to Garamond, beaten just 3, and Garamond, went on to run 3rd to Flood Zone in the grade 3 Gotham, put up an 89 buyer figure. Start 2, first equipped with blinkers. He was drawn wide, had a bad start, wide trip. So despite getting within sniffing distance of the pace after that with the half and 45, he did ultimately fold to finish 7th. And take in mind, when looking at the double-digit beaten lengths, the winner there was Accelerize, who was making a tremendous debut. He was 7 3/4 lengths clear of 2nd, and he earned a 91 buyer figure. The number 1, Gap to Gap, in here for Juan Avila. 5 of 6 starts have been on the turf. The lone main track outing, that was a mean special weight at Delaware Park, going a mile as a 2-year-old. It's a race which did produce 2 next out winners. The victor of the race, who was 4 1/4 lengths the best, Sacred Thunder, he is now a stakes winner with multiple other stakes placings at Laurel. And meanwhile, Omaha, who had finished 3rd, 8 lengths the better than 4th, he has since picked up black type with a runner-up performance in the Jerome and 2 Shodo goes in the Withers and the Virginia Derby. So yeah, this boy could prove happy to get back to dirt today with Sammy Marin aboard. And then I'm going to complete the top 3 with the number 7. That is King Plutus. He's getting on the main track to race for the first time. He's had 4 starts, all on the grass, and he's shown relative early interest in 2 of the 4. The 2 in which he didn't were the debut, and then last out when he did not break sharply and was drawn wide in a mile main 16, where the pace was pretty hot up front. Yes, he's drawn wide again, but let's see how he takes to the main, and that'll make it 4-1-7 in race 4, and your Ultimate 6 starts now.
On to the track for today's fourth race. We start the Ultimate Six here. And field of seven set to go a mile and 40 yards on that fast main track. It's a $16,000 maiden claiming event for 3-year-olds. No scratches or changes here in race 4. We have Daily Double, Exacta, Trifecta, Superfecta, Pick 3, Ultimate 6, and Super High 5 wagering. Ultimate 6 jackpot carryover $3,127. Reminder, you have to be the sole winning ticket to take home the jackpot. It starts here in race 4. 7 minutes to post time. 2 minutes to post time. Today's fourth race, the Ultimate Six, in 2 minutes. The horses are approaching the starting gate. 1 minute. Horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up for today's fourth race. Start of the Ultimate Six. Field of 7 here at the mile and 40 yards. Favoritism right now. 2 to 5 rather, on the number 4 Bohemian Style. Gap to Gap has gone in. Here's King of Cairo, 36 to 1 long shot. Here's Bohemian Style coming up. Great Hunt and King Plutus to the outside draw. King Plutus, Carlos Rojas coming forward. Goes in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. King Plutus from the outside and Bohemian Style. Those two are quickest as they run to that first turn. It's going to be King Plutus just in front of Bohemian Styles down to that one's inside. Prince Lancelot moving out 3 deep, 4 wide here for Great Hunt as they run into that first turn. Gap to gap is tucked in behind runners and $10 a glass. Tapping on the brakes there was Prince Lancelot. They're pretty well clustered on the front end. It's about 5 more back to King of Cairo, who's the early trailer. Bohemian Style, the big favorite, just ahead in front of King Plutus on the outside. They race onto the back stretch after a 24-3 opening quarter mile. They're a length and a half, 2 in front of Gap to Gap, who's back in third. Then comes $10 a glass, fourth in the orange colors. Out wide is Great Hunt in fifth. Break of 4 more back to Prince Lancelot. Another 6 back to King of Cairo, who's already about 15 lengths behind with a half mile left to go. Bohemian Style at 2-5 leads him by that half mile pole, pressed by King Plutus for much of this journey. 48-4 was the opening half mile time. Bohemian Style to the far turn. King Plutus right up alongside. They're a length and a half clear. Gap to Gap, who's pushed along to go after them from third. Another length and a half. Back to $10 a glass. Coming through on the inside, Prince Lancelot is back into the bit, trying to rally up as Bohemian Style still the leader. Bohemian Style, here's Gap to Gap up on the outside. Making up ground to the inside, $10 a glass. King Plutus is now back to fourth. Then comes Prince Lancelot. Bohemian Style into the stretch. Gap to Gap right up alongside. Bohemian Style really hasn't had a breather here, but does have a length and a half advantage. Gap to Gap up in second. 3 more back to $10 a glass. A final 16th to go. Now Bohemian Style starting to edge clear. The lead's out to 2.5. Gap to Gap is second, long way back to $10 a glass in third. But Bohemian Style going to do it at a short price here. Won it by 2.5 in the end. Gap to Gap was second. $10 a glass third. Fourth went to Prince Lancelot. Four, 1, 3, 5, and 7. 142.17 the final time. Results official, 280 on the win for Bohemian Style. Here's Bohemian Style to the winner's circle. 3-year-old dark bear brown gelding by Cajun Breeze out of Scandalous Act was bred in Florida by the winning owner Stonehenge LLC. Michael Yates, the winning trainer. Sonny Leone aboard for the winning ride. Bohemian Style, your 4th race winner. Exact to 290, the trifecta 510, dime super 276, daily double 1240. Pick 3, $26.50, the high five $77. Race 5 is coming up next in 31 minutes at 2:50 p.m. We're on the turf course at a mile. We'll be out of the homestretch starting point. Do take note of that. Scratch 6 and 14. Scratch 6 and 14 out of today's 5th race. Number 9 is +1. Number 11 +2. The 13 will run. Post time for today's 5th in 30 minutes. There was a claim in today's 4th race. The winner was claimed in a 3-way Shea Coast owner trainer Juan Arriagada.
Race 5 is going to kick off that late pick 5, and it is with a 16 claimer for fillies and mares 4 years old and up, which have never won 3 races. They're going to be going a mile on the turf. The number 8, Aztec Princess. She's in here for Tim Ham off the layoff. She's run mostly on the synthetic over the course of her career. She's had 4 starts at the being 12-5 level at Prescott prior to the time away. And while she is 0 for 5 on the turf, all of those starts here at Tampa, you got to consider the level at which she was running when in those races. 3 of them were as a 3-year-old, and while overmatched, she wasn't embarrassed while in against optional 75s. Horses like Mission of Joy and Esprit. And then last season, she had 2 starts against 25 and 3Ls. Had a bad start in the first one, just did not fire after that. Really good group, too. The winner there was Damaso. And Damaso, she recently ran 7th after setting the initial pace in our Grade 2 Hillsboro, and that was off a dominant score in an optional 100. Race also produced 2 next out winners who've gone on to be allowance types. So again, take that in mind. And then the last time Princess was on the grass here, she showed some early interest that was still at the 25 and 3L level, but yet again, she was in tough. 6 of the 9 horses out of there ran in the money in their next starts. The winner, La Loba Feroz, she next won an optional 32 and 2X over the males and put up an 80 buyer figure. So perhaps Aztec Princess can rule over the 16 non-winners of 3. Field. The number 2 in here, that's Miss Taptress in for Sacco. She's making a second start off the claim. This is following her first outing for the barn, which was a win over a 16 N2X group. And that was also her first start with Lasix. She was in there after having run 4th, beaten 2 in her first start here at the level by Real Mikey. But again, that was pre-Lasix, and she also was not ready when the race started. She had just turned her head when that latch sprung, and so she came out a little bit slow, and she was already in a wide post. Now, prior to that, she had run a good third, beating just 3/4 of a length in a 30 in for 35 at Gulfstream Park. That was going a mile, and that race produced 2 next out winners, both of whom had finished behind Miss Taptress and who had earned figures in the 70s. Even in last, you had little Martha, who just got beat a neck here the other day in a 25 and 2L. Going to complete the top 3 with the number 12. That is Girly the Butcher. She has been so game in all 3 starts here. She got beat just a half length in off the layoff and off the turf start at the level. Then she just missed Jasai by a neck in start 2 on the turf going the mile. And then last out, the only horse she couldn't beat was Alcohol, whose prior turf starts were against tougher competition. She next ran 6th, but was beaten just 5.5 in a 16 starter handicap, our mile and 3/8 turf test. So good competition for her. And so we'll see how she does here against this group. So that'll make it 8-2-12 in race 5, which again kicks off our late pick 5.
The horses stepping onto the track, post-sprinting for today's fifth race. We're on the turf course here at a mile. It's the home stretch starting point. $16,000 claiming event for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward. Scratch 6 and 14. Scratch 6 and 14. The 13 draws in and will run, so we'll have a full field of 12. Number 3 is +2. Number 9 is +1. And number 11 +2. Today's fifth race offers daily double, exacta, trifecta, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering. We start the late pick 5 in just 7 minutes. 2 minutes to post time. Today's fifth race, the late pick 5, starts in 2 minutes on the turf in 2 minutes. The horses now making their way onto the turf course. They are approaching the starting gate. Today's fifth race, 1 minute away. And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up now for today's fifth. Late pick 5 getting underway here. Full cast of 12. Set to go the mile out of the stretch starting point. 9-5 favorite toward the outside. Gurley the Butcher actually now up to 2-1. Co-favorites along with the number 2 Miss Taptress. The aforementioned Miss Taptress will be the next to join as Aztec Princess goes in. Here's Alon's moving forward. Special Affair, Sunny Leone up to a gate 4. Real Mikey's in. Here's Gurley the Butcher. Permed. We're just waiting on Lucky Girl Coco, and Sadie Baby will be all set to start this late pick 5. Sadie Baby, Daniel Centeno drawing in off the also eligible list. They'll break from post 13. The colors of Dennis Drazen. Jackie Daniel Centeno aboard there in the gate. And the race is on. Real Mikey was away well. Permed is forwardly placed. Lucky Girl Coco, part of the early mix as well. Those three are quickest, and up from the outside, Sadie Baby is out 4th as they come by the wire for the first time. Miss Taptress 5th toward the inside, joining that one Whispering Sea, Special Affair. Those three now in a line. After that comes Chilling Factor in the magenta colors. Going to be 3 deep into that first turn. Aztec Princess with 3 beat early on. Those are My Janet, Alon's, and down toward the inside, Gurley the Butcher is the early trailer as they go in through that first turn. Real Mikey up on the outside of Permed. They're through an opening quarter in 22 and 3/5 seconds. Lucky Girl Coco, long shot 3rd in the red colors, 2 off the new leader, Real Mikey. Down on the inside, Sadie Baby is a tugging willing 4th. It's a length and a half more after that, back to Whispering Sea in the blue colors 5th. Down to the inside, Miss Taptress 6th right now, bottled up as Special Affair moves alongside her. Chilling Factor and Alon's both starting to try to move from the back, and behind that comes My Janet, Aztec Princess, and Gurley the Butcher is still the trailer, about 9 lengths off the lead, 46.51 as Real Mikey takes him to the far turn, 3 furlongs left to go. Sadie Baby getting closer from 2nd. Permed is 3rd in the yellow colors, perched out 3 deep. Traveling well is Miss Taptress, 4th toward the inside, going to need a seam in the maroon colors, now going to switch toward the outside. Real Mikey brings him around to the top of the stretch. It's Real Mikey to the 3/16 pole, a host of pursuers. Here's Miss Taptress let loose on the outside. Gurley the Butcher has moved on to the scene as well. So 2 of the favorites now coming up to be 1-2 by the 8th pole. Alon's just in behind them with My Janet rallying as well. 16th pole, Miss Taptress, Gurley the Butcher on the outside, still a length back. Miss Taptress in front, Gurley the Butcher, Miss Taptress, and Samuel Moran gives Samuel another one. Gurley the Butcher was 2nd, My Janet was 3rd, 4th was Alon's. .135.15 the final time. Miss Taptress in front. Two, 12, 110. The 6-5 favored Miss Taptress, the winner. It's 2 wins in a row for Miss Taptress since being claimed. This one returns 440 for the win. Into the winner's circle goes Miss Taptress, a 4-year-old Gray Road filly by Tappert out of Eccentric Spinster, was bred in Kentucky by Gainesway Thoroughbreds Limited, Bridlewood Farm. Frank D'Amato, the winning owner. Greg Sacco, the winning trainer. Samuel Marin aboard for the winning ride. Miss Taptress, your favorite scores here in today's fifth. 2 in a row since the claim for Miss Taptress. Prices on the board, the exact $8.40, the trifecta $78.55, dime super $53.50. Early pick 4, $60.35 on early pick 5, form full $144.65. Nobody had the super high 5 though, so we'll carry that over to race number 7, $1,164. Again, no super high 5 in the upcoming 6th because we have a field of 6 set to go. Scratch the former rotor, number 6 is plus £1. Post time for today's 6th race. Late pick 4 is in 26 minutes at 3:26 p.m. There was a claim in today's 5th race. Number 2, Miss Taptress, was claimed. Goes to Winning Stables, Inc., trainer Gerald Bennett. Gerald Bennett claims the winner.
Race 6 kicks off our late pick 4. It's a main 25 for 3-year-olds set at 6 furlongs on the main track. The number 1 Hightail Fox in here for Teresa Connolly. He's going to be second-time blinkers today after running second with them for the first time. Last out in for main 16, he was the post-time favorite. He had ground loss that afternoon, and despite being in for 16, also complicating the race was being just at 5.5 furlongs and the pace being honest despite the level. He also wasn't totally still before the gates opened that afternoon. The winner was Love Hate. He was able to wire, and that is a horse who had debuted back in January in a maiden 50 at Gulfstream Park. Now, Fox had run third the start prior, in for 25, going 6 furlongs at this level, though the ground was listed as good, and it also looked to be raining. He got the lead off the turn, and then in deep stretch, he, for some reason, just veered really dramatically to the left, and so he ended up running third, being 2 1/4 lengths. That is likely why the blinkers were added next out. And then there was that main special weight start, overmatched, and getting bumped out of the gate did not assist with that, which brings us to the first start here, in which he ran second off a layoff in for 25, and that was to Skyloft. And Skyloft went on to collect a natural hat trick, taking 2 optional 32 star 25s out of that race. So a horse who looks live to me. And then the number 2 is going to be my second pick. That's For the Long Haul. This is a first-time starter for Michael Yates, who is so good with the babies. He's by Cajun Breeze and out of Flora Fantasy by Cowtown Cat. She won her debut, and she was also stakes placed against Florida Breds. Going to complete the top 3 at the number 7. That is Il Chispazzo, who is making a first start for Juan Arriagada, who is 22% off the claim. This boy has run in the money in both main track starts he's had, one of those being last out here, drops in for 16, and at 7 furlongs, he just missed getting to the pace setter, Mr. Baby, by a nose. I think he can certainly move up off that effort, and that will make it 1-2-7 in race 6, which again kicks off the late pick 4.
Horses onto the track, post printing for today's sixth race, $25,000 maiden claiming event for 3-year-olds. They'll be at 6 furlongs on the fast main track. Scratch the 4, Mordor. Number 4 is scratched. Field of 6 remain in. This race offers daily double, exacta, trifecta, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering. We start the late pick 4. Take note, no super high 5 with the scratch. Post time for today's 6th and 8 minutes. 2 minutes to post time. Today's sixth race. Late pick 4 in 2 minutes.